Oh my God, 100-point day. Go figure, huh? I don't recall seeing 100-point day in the S&P in quite some time. So obviously, this is a knee-jerk reaction to Omicron, the Omicron variant. And you have to also understand that it was a light volume day. So the market could be manipulated, pushed around, and algorithms dominated the day. And you could see that by the velocity of the movements down. But the end of the day, I think, was more um, leverage covering. Clearing firms see portfolios that are leveraged, and they go out and they close those positions out. They don't want to go overnight with it. They don't want to risk it the next day. They're exposed. So if your account goes negative equity and you don't cover those margin calls, then the clearing firms end up taking the hit. And things like that can bring a clearing firm down. I've seen clearing firms before have margin call hits and have gone net capital non-compliant because there's a certain amount of net capital that you have to keep as a clearing firm, and end up having to come off the box, which is what the term is in the industry, come off the box. And basically that means you have to shut your doors unless you get an insurgence of capital. And usually you can't get that much capital, compared to what you're lending out in margin, or what the margin debts are. And to get that capital, it's got to be subordinate loans. It's really complex to get it done. So for the most part, I've seen it just close out clearing firms, shut them down. As a matter of fact, when I had a brokerage firm, there was a clearing firm that found itself in that position, and they shut down. And what happens is all of the brokerage firms that they clear, those accounts go into receivership. So I saw it coming, and I arranged electronic transfers of all my accounts. Like within a day or two, I was out of that clearing firm before um, the regulators put the clearing firm into receivership. Otherwise, it would have shut the clearing firm down. It would have shut my business down. It would have shut all of the brokerage firms that clear through the clearing firms down. So it's quite a catastrophe. So that's what was going on. I think in the end of the day, people are just covering their ass, making sure that they were in business on Monday and not out of business due to irresponsible investors. So that's my view. But here we're looking at it, and it's a knee-jerk reaction. First of all, understand that this is Omicron. Okay, that's the 15th letter in the Greek alphabet. That means that the World Health Organization has assigned a letter to 15 other variants of concern. And that's all that's going on here. So this got a little out of hand because this is the first time that not the regulators, but the lawmakers and the government said, "Yo, enough's enough. Another variant, we're just locking the doors." And that's cool. It's a knee-jerk reaction. It may be overkill, but hey, you know what? My opinion is shut everything down, figure out what you got, and open up the doors. Open up the doors right away. Don't drag it out. Just shut it down, get an idea, open up the doors. We lock out South Africa for 2 weeks. What's the big deal, right? And then maybe we help them out. We have to start getting those people vaccinated because that's why we keep getting these mutations. And you know what? There needs to be public education about personal health and the value of exercise and maintaining your body. No more of this bullshit fat shaming, political correctness. That's it. You're not supposed to be fat. You're not supposed to be unhealthy. We're animals. Be good animals. Let's all stop this thing. So anyway, okay. Aside from the rant, let's get on to the fundamentals. So look, no new cases here in the States, which we're going to see cases here in the States. It's no big deal. The vaccines company will gear up in 100 days, man. By the time we start seeing this shit, they're already going to have medications out there. If you got to get a booster, right, the right booster would be the one for these variants, not don't keep injecting me to defend myself against the first variant or the Delta. So, there's something new. My body can't handle it. You want to introduce a new antibody? All right, I'll be game for that. Also given my age and everything. If I was younger, I wouldn't consider it. But I'm running double nickels over here, and because of a rather exciting lifestyle, I had some medical conditions. But now I'll tell you what, man, I'm healthier than I was when I was in my 30s. I mean, I could bike 6 miles, no problem. I like to exercise. I'm ripped. I was in good shape, but that was all superficial when I was younger. It was to get laid. It wasn't to keep my body healthy. So I would have been the best looking corpse in the morgue. But anyway, yeah, take good care of yourself. And you know what? We've weaponized our pharmaceutical companies now. I mean, these guys could respond to this shit 1, 2, 3, and it's good practice because you know what? China's lurking out there, and these guys are doing all sorts of experiments with drugs and bioweaponry and shit like that. So yeah, we need to be on top of it. Additionally, they feel that the oral medications are going to be very effective against this. And Gottlieb, if anybody listens to Gottlieb, he's on CNBC all the time. He was saying that the efficacy may be diminished against this, but it's not like it's nothing. He said maybe we're 60% effective with the current vaccines. He's like, yeah, this is really a knee-jerk reaction, and it's crazy. So, it's a buy the dip situation, and I wouldn't roll into the stay-home stocks because they're not going to shut an economy down. They can't do it. I mean, basically that's going to roll us back into a stone age. And they understand that. You need to come up with ways of learning to live with this. Again, it's Omicron, the 15th variant that they assigned a name to. So there are hundreds of variants that come through, and this is the 15th one that is of concern. And yet we haven't heard about anything really other than Delta. So we had the main wave, the Delta, and maybe this one is an issue or maybe it's not. We don't know. So again, it's a knee-jerk reaction. This is the way of the world right now. This is probably the way of the world going forward. We're going to get these strains, viruses and things of that nature. And yet, we don't know if governments have unleashed this on us, through experimentation or accident or what have you. But yeah, this is the way of the world, and this is what we're going to have to deal with. So to think that, every time this happens, it's going to be the end all of the economy, that's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous concept. So anyway, you got a knee-jerk reaction. You had light volume that perpetuated it. You have algorithms that read into this thing. So once it starts that down move, boom, forget about it. The down move is on. But the reality is that fundamentally everything's okay, man. Go out there, go shopping. Shopping is good. People are shopping well. We're at the lowest. We had the lowest unemployment claim since 1969. Initial claims. We got some. There's a big wealth divide. There's no doubt about that. But yeah, that's got to be resolved through cultural avenues. It has nothing to do with the stock market or things like that. I mean, the bottom line is there's a ton of work out there, and there's a ton of education available, and people need to look within their own communities and police themselves, and raise themselves properly and want to be part of our society. It's got nothing to do with Delta or COVID or SARS, which I guess is all the same thing. So again, I'm off the topic of finance and back onto my rants and raves. But it's the holidays and it's early and everybody's sleeping, so I shall celebrate myself. Okay, so we take a quick look right here, and obviously, major negative day, man. Look at that. Look at that bar, man. Oh, that was just fucking bloody. And I really thought it was going to close above this Keltner line, but it didn't. It pushed down. But right here is the 50-day moving average, and that's the one to watch. And it's at 45.71. And I bet on Monday we tag that, maybe bust through it a little bit, and then pull up. And I'm looking for a hammer on Monday. That's what I'm looking for, and that's what I feel we're going to get. We could open up an inside bar and consolidate a little bit. We might open up high a little bit. I don't want to see it open low and go high. I want to see it open up, tag down. I want to see the fight get lost, and then boom, it turns around. But I mean, there was no volume for buying on Friday. You have a whole weekend, so a lot of people didn't want to take the exposure over the weekend. Me personally, I think that over the course of this weekend, this is what we're going to be getting. No cases, newfound. no new cases found. Vaccine companies boasting about what they can do. I mean, every one of these vaccine companies are kind of like, yeah, no problem. Yeah, we'll spin this thing out in 100 days. We'll be fine. So yeah, different game, man. Different game from when we first came across this, or and even Delta. I mean, yeah, Delta really, it was a non-issue on our economy. I mean, supply chains and inflation, that's our issue right now. But yeah, we didn't lock down. We bitched and moaned. We got very political about masks and vaccines and shit like that. But the economy marched on, and I think that's going to continue to be the case. I think this bodes well for work at home environments. A lot of people are immune compromised. I know a family member of mine is immune compromised, and her whole life has changed. She really can't go out. She can't do anything because she can't maintain the antibodies. And within weeks after taking the vaccines, there's no evidence of the antibodies. And there's a lot of people out there like that, and that's a drag because I mean, you're exposed. You're just naked and exposed to all these variants. So again, I digress. Okay. Anyway, look at that bar. Look at that bar. Okay, I'm done looking at that bar. So tomorrow, that's what we're looking for. Here's the 50. I think it's going to hold. There's no fundamental changes here. You can't really listen to CNBC. I know I throw it up there, but if you want your news, go to Reuters because they don't sensationalize. They just give you facts. CNBC, they're selling advertisement. They sensationalize, so you have to watch what they're doing. Okay, so what I want to do too is take a quick look, because this is our weekly wrap up. And let's take a quick look at the weekly and what the weekly looks like. So we have a bit of a divergence on the weekly, but that bad boy's been running up. So the weekly is a little ominous. If we start a downward move, we could be looking at we could be looking at the mid of that Keltner if things are getting ugly. I don't think things are getting ugly though, man. So the midline on that Keltner is the 44.95.76. Hey, it's not impossible. I think we hold that 8 week bar, which actually we're right there. 45.96 is 45.96 is the 8-day moving average. 45.94 as of the close of this week. So we'll probably hold that and bounce off of it. It sounds reasonable to me. It sounds like a reasonable move. And then I would like to see a bit of a consolidation. There is no trauma here, so it really should not be an aggressive move down. I mean, any move down would be technical. This could have initiated the technical, but 100-point day, bro, forget about it. I mean, we should pop up at least 40 points tomorrow or Monday. It's rather optimistic, huh? Which would be good too, because you see on the Mac Daddy how the momentum changed, and we got a red bar right there. We get if we turn around and go green again, that's a very strong indication that there's buying. And usually, if you go green, turn red, and then go green again, you get a very strong move up. So we got to keep our eye on it. We get a couple of weeks of a push up. But this was blindsiding. But what was good was it brought oil down considerably, and that's what we need. That's a good sign. They released the let me just put this back on daily. They released some reserves, some U.S. reserves, or announced that they would. That was supposed to bring the price down, but the price held up. And then the following day we have this, and bang, oil got slammed. And we needed that bit of catalyst to bring that oil down. So if we look at the 10-year, The 10-year dropped. So it's going to make the Feds a little more accommodative. We like that. Look at that. That's a monster drop. And we saw that in bonds. We saw that bonds wanted prices, the interest rates wanted to come down. You could see the hammer up there. And then think, there it is. And it was just like a flush. It just flushed everything out. So we might have had this miserable day and just cleared the way for us to make our move up. I know I'm being very optimistic, but this is what I feel. This is what I feel. Everything is just going to look like it just got slammed and down. So we're going to make this the short or long. It's a buy on dip situation, if you ask me. And in a month or two, this day is going to be long forgotten. So I hope everybody's enjoying their weekend and being careful and considerate of your neighbors. So if you're sneezing or got headaches and things like that, don't go out and don't infect other people, and put your mask on. And if you're feeling good, hey, go live it up, man. Live it up. Life's too short to stay stuck in your house. So have a good weekend, and everybody remember, come Monday, get in a little bit of meditation, be calm and cool, be at peace when you trade, and good luck trading.